Howdy, music fans. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to do another Unsung Heroes video today. It's going to be James McMurtry, one of the great songwriters of American songwriting, in my opinion, who gets overlooked. And he's a musician's musician, a songwriter's songwriter. Those are the people who know him, but he's not mainstream or he's not a household name, and I think he should be. Uh, my next door neighbors, when I was a kid, teenager, they become family friends, and they turned me on to him. They're the ones that turned me on to Tom Petty too. Um, so anyway, I played in the band with them briefly for a little while, and when I was younger, and had a lot of fun going over there to see movies and going to parties and hanging out with them. And now they're just my parents' pretty much closest friends. They're literally next door neighbors. So anyway, we're going to move on to James McMurtry. The first album he put out was, I believe it was 1989, it looks like. And 1989. And it's called Too Long in the Wasteland. And this album is one of those albums that I'm looking at the songs on the back, and I don't believe there's a bad one on there. The songs are Painting by Numbers, Terry, Shining Eyes, which I play on my channel, Outskirts, Song for a Deckhand's Daughter, which I also play on my channel, I'm Not From Here, Too Long in the Wasteland, Crazy Wind, Poor Lost Soul, Angeline, Talking at the Texaco. I can pick out a couple, but this whole album is solid from start to finish. Every single song is just a masterpiece, a great nugget of songwriting. Poor Lost Soul is one of my favorites. That's a rocker. I'm Not From Here is another one. It's one of my favorites. Song for a Deckhand's Daughter is one of my favorites, and Shining Eyes. Those are probably my four favorites. But again, and Outskirts I like a lot too. That's another rocker. Again, though, that is he just doesn't do, he can do no wrong pretty much on this album anyway. Kenny Aronoff, John Cougar's drummer, was also his drummer, and I think he does some production as well down the line, maybe even on this one. Okay, his second work, even James McMurtry fans I don't think liked this as much, called Candyland, but to me it's another solid outing. I would say Hands Like Rain and Don't Waste Away are probably my favorites, and Dusty Pages. But the whole album is really, really pretty solid. Where's Johnny is good. Vague Directions is really good. He has a real knack for just capturing a little moment in life, especially Midwestern life. But he does it for Southern life and American life, and he just captures a little moment and brings out all the essence of it and all the feeling in it, and turns it into a wonderful story. Every song on this I think is fantastic. So I highly recommend this one as well. The next one is called Where'd You Hide the Body, which is just a great, great title. My favorites on here are Iolanthe, Lost in the Backyard, I absolutely love. These are some of the slower ones. Where's the other one I really like? I like Melinda a lot. I like Where'd You Hide the Body. Full of Brush Man, I guess, is the other one. But I like the entire album. I think this is another really, really solid effort. You're not going to hear me say too much bad about James McMurtry. This is 1995. All right, next was It Had to Happen. This one took a little while for me to grow on, but after it did, I like it a lot. For All I Know, 60 Acres might have gotten a little bit of radio play back then, I'm not sure. Wild Man from Borneo is excellent. Is this the one where he covers, no, it's the next one I think, where he covers a Townes Van Zandt song. No More Buffalo, 12 O'Clock Whistle, everything on this is pretty dang good. Again, just wonderful songwriting. Production is good. He's a wonderful guitar player. This is produced by Lloyd Maines, who I know the name is pretty, his name's out there a bunch in that songwriter and roots rock, maybe alt country world, but I don't know him very much at all. Walk Between the Raindrops. This is the next one. This one he covers Townes Van Zandt's Rex's Blues on this, and this one is a little bit lackluster for me. I do like it. Racing to the Red Light I like, and let's see, trying to see other ones. Oh, Airline Agent is great. It's one about an airline agent trying to get him to check his guitar on the plane, and him basically saying, hell no, I'll wrap it around your head before I'll do that. And it's a fun little rocker. He does great slow songs and great rock and roll songs. A lot of great feel. I think I already said he's a wonderful guitar player, a really good guitar player. I saw him do a show at the Ram's Head Tavern in Annapolis, Maryland, and it was solo. And boy, he filled the room with his guitar playing so beautifully, and his singing, of course. He's one of these guys that also puts 2 capos on his guitar at a time sometimes. A lot of weird tunings, I assume. St. Mary of the Woods is another one. I believe Dave Alvin covers a song off here, or one of these is a Dave Alvin song. I'm not. Dry River. Actually, Dry River might be a Dave Alvin song. Yeah, it's a Dave Alvin song. So he's in good company. He's covering good people. He also, Robert Earl Keen covers his Choctaw Bingo song, which is an 8.5-minute epic where he mentions the Rolling Stones and lots of other great stuff. And that's a pretty great rockin' song. Red Dress I really like a lot. St. Mary of the Woods, Valley Road. I like the whole album as far as I recall. Gulf Road, yeah. Very solid album again. Then he did Live in '03, and this has, it's just a live album with his 3-piece band, maybe 4-piece. And I think one of his a bass player that plays with him is also Keith Christopher, maybe his name, plays with Billy Joe Shaver sometimes. This is, of course, lots of songs that are on his records, but there's one called Lights of Cheyenne, which I highly recommend, which is not on here. Which is on here, sorry, it's not on anywhere else, is what I meant to say. Oh, also Level Land is on here. Robert Earl Keen covers Level Land. But Lights of Cheyenne is just a gorgeous, beautiful song. It's a little long, it's over 6 minutes, I think, but it's only on this live album, as far as I know. Then he comes out with Childish Things and really revs it up and gets back to really, really solid records, really solid songwriting. Even though I think all the others were solid, other people might disagree with me. They might think he kind of lagged in the middle there for a few records. See the Elephant, I love. Childish Things, I love. We Can't Make It Here is another great one. Slewfoot, the old Johnny Horton song he covers. Another one I really like is Pocatello and Charlemagne's Hometown, an old part of town. Some really, Memorial Day might be my favorite off of this. Some great rockers and some great storytelling on this album. Then Just Us Kids. This one got some attention for a song called Cheney's Toy. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, Cheney's Toy, about Dick Cheney. And it's pretty damning song. But this one, and also this one has the one that, or maybe it's on the last one. Another one that is kind of, Just Us Kids, that might be it. I'm not sure. That's pretty damning. No, We Can't Make It Here Anymore. That's the one that's really damning, and I think that might be on. Did I miss that? I don't know where that is, but I thought it was on the same album as Cheney's Toy. Anyway, Bayou Tortoise is a great song, and Hurricane Party is a great song. Freeway View is a great song. Ruby and Carlos is great. Fireline Road is great. This is just another solid, wonderful album. Then he put out another live album called Live in Europe. It comes with a DVD, and I don't know if I've even watched the DVD, but, it's a live album. It's good. And lastly, his last work, which was quite a while ago at this point, 2014, called Complicated Game, which I do like, but it's not his strongest album for me. I've listened to it a couple times, and it still hasn't really grabbed me yet. It hasn't grown on me. But that aside, James McMurtry, I think, is one of the most solid songwriters you're ever going to find, especially in roots rock, Americana type music. He doesn't really do country or anything like that, but he does wonderful, wonderful rock and roll. Yeah, We Can't Make It Here is on Childish Things. That one got a lot of attention for being pretty damning about the state of affairs in the country at that time. So anyway, I highly recommend going out and getting some James McMurtry, and I will put some links to some favorite songs down below in the comments, or whatever you call it in the description. Okay, thanks so much. Please subscribe, like, and leave comments. Love to hear what you think about James McMurtry. All right, thanks. Have a good day.